All right, everybody, welcome back to the Michelle and Tony show. Well, for the last marathon, we are basically on, for those who followed us, we are basically on the SUG Heatwave Unique Edition. We had so much plans for it, but due to the candidates were busy and some other shit were going down, so we had to only stop at 3 episodes. Nevertheless, the Michelle and Tony show is still live and active. So for this particular episode, Tony and I we are going to be giving you guys 21 rules of thumb. It goes like this: I drop one, he drops one, and we stop at exactly 21. So let Tony go first.
Well, how am I going first?
I don't know, just go first, guy.
Yeah. Okay. 21 rules of tone. I mean, before we start, to, like, talk about, give out 21 rules. I feel like we need to also educate them on what 21 rules of tone is.
Yeah,
It's just basically like, rules that, you're supposed to live by.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
understand?
Just
Your
life
life.
lessons and all that.
So, yeah. Sorry, I'm under the weather, but so that's why I sound like this.
Yeah, you sound like a foul.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. 21 rules of tone. My first rule is be truthful,
Yeah,
right? Now, I want to see, like, there's a lot of there's a lot of understanding to this. So I'm going to try to just break it down, just like put it as truth. When I mean be truthful, I mean there are times where you're going to be in situations where you have to lie, but being truthful to yourself and being truthful to what you believe in. I mean, knowing your value is one truth to yourself. So
yeah,
if you can know your value, then you're basically being true to yourself. So then you're not going to be put in any situation where you have to now speak less of yourself,
yeah,
or you know the truth, and then your friend or something is basically making you say like a false, say the lie or something.
yeah, yeah,
Knowing your truth or knowing what you stand by, basically you will not be like you will not succumb to that person being forcing you to tell that lie. Do you understand?
yeah,
So knowing your truth and being truthful is no one life lesson I believe every single person has to live by.
yeah.
So yeah, being truthful and staying true to your words. Just in general, just be truthful, right?
Yeah.
That's one life lesson I believe everybody should live by.
Okay. Mine is this. You need to learn to differentiate between what you want and what society told you to want. Right? This is very important. This is the most crucial thing I think everybody needs to know. There is difference between what you want and what society told you you want. It will surprise you at the end of the day. What you think you want is what society told you that you should want.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That is why they have to come in. They have to come a time in your life where you look on the inside, not on the outside. You have to come a time in your life where you block out the outside noise. You have to come a time in your life where you disconnect from the outside. Just basically look from within and ask yourself, is this thing what I really want? Stop running from the truth. Stop, trying to avoid the truth. There are some people now, if you walk up to them and ask them what they are chasing now, do you want it? They'll be like, leave me alone. They'll give you this kind of retreat vibe because they know that they don't want to confront that truth. So you grab. So you need to confront, like Tony said, be truthful to yourself. And if you're truthful to yourself, you're going to be able to know what you want and what society told you to want. And once you differentiate these two things, life gets a lot easier.
Yeah. Um, I mean that's very very true because to be fair, when you don't value yourself, like you don't
Yeah,
value yourself, you tend to value other people more than yourself.
yeah,
That's the problem, and that leads to my this second thought. I had one before, but I just said let me give this one. I was in when I was in secondary school. There was this my junior. She's my friend. She was my junior, and then she told me that yes, society told you that you should love your neighbor as yourself, like
yeah,
love your neighbor more than you love yourself, that
yeah,
kind of thing. She said that they say you should love your neighbor more than you love like show more love to your neighbor basically than you should to yourself. She said that's a fucking lie. She says a lie, right? That she said love yourself more than you love anybody, right?
exactly. Because it's only when you love yourself that
Yeah,
you can be able to.
love
So, for
someone.
example, if you see people that hate their life,
Yeah.
For example, people working at all these banks in cashier, all these cashiers in bank, they basically hate their life, and that is just
The reason why
what
it
they, yeah,
just
what they will basically play out to you.
yeah.
Exactly. I
So
love that. I love that as
just
well.
love yourself more than you love yourself more than you love anybody. Like give more love, show more love to yourself first. Do you understand? Make sure that the love you have within for yourself and within yourself is mightier.
Yeah,
Because the moment you start to have love, peace and love within yourself, you start to see yourself as more valuable than you actually like people might see you. Things become easier. Relating with people becomes more easier.
yeah,
You know, letting know petty things become easier. Giving no fuck to anything becomes easier because I remember when I was in school, secondary school, and I was like, this girl said this shit to me, and I basically it resonated with me because I always did it. Because when I came to that school, people were always complaining, "Why, Tony? Why you always mesmerizing yourself? Why you always talking about yourself? Why you always doing this?" I was like, I don't know, and I always had a smile on my face. So everybody knew me that this guy always has a smile on his face.
yeah,
Teachers knew me for that. Like that, I always had a smile on his face. Like students always knew me for always having a smile on my face. I I was always that I always resonated with myself. I always used to look at the mirror and be happy. Do you
yeah,
understand? I was always happy with myself because
yeah,
I loved myself. I I barely ever got into fights. Yes, I did get into fights. It's normal to get into fights and argument with people. But I barely ever got into fights. I rarely ever got into fight. People that I fought with, it was that okay based on differences, but we settled it like there and there.
yeah, yeah,
I never actually held grudges with anybody,
yeah.
right?
Because of that love you had
Yeah,
for
because of
yourself.
that love you have for yourself, it
Yeah,
was easy to
exactly.
just let go of things that people did to you, right? I started giving fucks to things that were fuckworthy, right? So
Yeah,
it just that was like the life I was living. So when you start to love yourself more, right, you start to show yourself more love and more. You're more like giving yourself more reasons to just give yourself more value. See
yeah,
more value in what God has basically created.
yeah,
You tend to live a good life. You tend to live a life that is you know even if you do something bad, right? I'll just like give you a secret. Even if you do something bad, people will not see you as like this bad guy.
yeah,
People will not see like there are people that live a life that's like it's like okay now and you do something. Let's say we do the same thing, we commit the same crime,
yeah,
but I'm someone that you know always showed love to somebody, always like had peace, this and that. Like there's a way the people will see you, even if you do something bad, they won't take it on you that you did something bad and criticize you as much. So, but me, that let's say I did something good, I'm always that kind of person. They won't criticize me as much. But you that basically, when you did that same thing that I did,
yeah,
but you don't have that same energy that maybe Tony has, they tend to criticize you more because they just basically feel that you're that kind of person and that's how you always be. Do you
yeah,
understand?
yeah,
So that's the kind of energy you're supposed to show. When you show that you love yourself, when you show that you're just cool and calm, like you start to love yourself, start to find peace within yourself. Like everybody, everything that anything we relate to is basically just is
yeah,
easy going and easy flowing. Like
yeah,
yeah, that's just basically how I basically live my life.
yeah. Okay, so let's get to rule number three.
I don't know number three.
Okay, number three,
You
love
love
yourself.
yourself, yeah.
Okay. Rule number four for me, it's this: your dreams, your visions, your goals, your relationship, your aspiration, and everything all rest on top of a single table called health. Your
Mm.
health is your priority. And in as much as boring, because personally, for me, when I had to like admit this truth to myself, it was kind of it was kind of boring. It was kind of like a giving off this parent vibe, all this old, but like at the end of the day, it's the fucking truth, guy. If you're sick, there are no vision, there is no goal, there is nothing. So the dumbest thing you can do is to deteriorate your health to achieve a goal, only for you to now be sick. So your health is your priority.
Yeah,
Start treating it like one. That's why there are some habits that I'm building. I won't say I've built, but like it's around my health. And in as much as some days I miss, some days I go, like it's me realizing that everything that I want to achieve in this life, everything, if I am sick, it is not even possible. Like every single thing that I want to achieve in this life, if I am sick, it is not possible.
yeah.
So your health is your priority. So let's get down to number five.
Number five. Um, number five is just like it's straightforward and simple. I mean, having a family, like choose your friends wisely, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you're going to tell me it as friends. If you're able to choose people that you're going to relate with wisely, you're just basically choosing your family wisely, right? The family you come from doesn't define you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the family you create that defines you.
Wow.
So when
Wow.
I say choose your friend wisely, it's just basically have like first of all, like I said, build yourself to a certain level that you know what your value is. You know what you are out there to offer. So you know your weaknesses and your strengths. And then you're building families where people who you're connecting with feed off your strengths
Yeah.
and you can feed off their strengths. So it's basically like a mutual like arrangements,
Yeah.
right? You know what strength you have is not as like, it's not the what strength you have is good enough, and then this person has this strength, and then you guys feed off it, right? You guys learn from each other basically.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And is that kind of family that you need to build, where you know that this person can stand in front of a moving train for you. That's the kind of family you should think of. That's the kind of people that you should relate with. How you should relate to people. Build that, environment with people that you know that these people are out there for only your success and nothing else.
Okay.
They're out there for only your success. Family is like, yes, the idea of family has been thrown around. See, because you came from a family with your mom or your dad doesn't mean that is the family that you are responsible for.
Yeah.
You aren't responsible for that family, right? That family is your family that you came from. Yes, you have some certain responsibility that you have towards them. You obviously show your love, but that isn't the family you're responsible for.
Yeah.
It is the family you create that basically defines who you are, right?
Okay.
If you came from a good family, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be a good
Depends on
person.
the kind of family you now create.
Do you know exactly? That's the kind of family you create that defines who you are as a person.
Okay.
Right now, the family that my dad created is what is defining him today. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But then it's not the family that will define me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because of look at, for example, we always complain about rich children and the people that came from poor, like people that came from poor are the ones that basically turned out to be the best in the business because they knew where they were coming from and they learned from every mistake that happened. Do you understand? But then you feel like when children are born into a rich family, it is harder for them to continue that wealth generation because
Yeah. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
tend to feel relaxed. So do you understand?
Yeah. So it's not basically where you came from. It's what
That
you do.
defines you. Is what you basically do to basically define
Yeah.
yourself, to what you create.
Yeah. What you create.
Do
Yeah.
you understand? So choose the people that you tend to live with for the rest of your life. Choose the people that you tend to relate with
Okay.
for the rest of your life wisely. So
Okay.
that's basically what it is.
Okay. Rule of thumb number 7. The reason why this thing we call laziness is basically you thinking
I
about
think
the
number
process.
six. Number six.
Sorry, number 6. This thing we
Uh,
call laziness is basically you thinking about the process more than the payoff.
uh,
If you can learn to think about more of the payoff, more of the good side, more of the advantages of doing this thing,
mm,
then you see that laziness is no longer a problem. All these people that we call hardworking, all these people that we call overnight, like it's just basically your ability to just see what you want, not see what is blocking you from what you want.
yeah.
So you understand? There's this video I watched. I think I don't know. I don't even know his name, but it's the only thing I've learned from him. He said that there are two types of people in this life: people that see what they want, and people that
Yeah.
see what is blocking them from getting what they want. He
Okay.
made an example of him and his friend. They wanted to get free bagels, but like the line was too long. His friend was like, "The line is too long." It was like free bagels. Yeah, like the line is too long. The guy just ignored his friend. He went, took two bagels, and came out. And was like, people that see what they want and people that see what's blocking them for. So
Yeah.
just always see what you want. Stop seeing what is blocking you.
Yeah.
Figure out. If you see what you want, the work becomes easier. The work becomes and all of a sudden you become this hard working person. But like you know that it's not necessarily hard work. It's just I know what I want and I'm going for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. That's mine.
I mean, it reminds me of that scene about that scene that you give, that you said, in the Bible, that's Ishmael's mom,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
she,
yeah.
was in the desert, and her water finished, or her
Yeah.
water poured,
A bottle of water. Yeah,
So she was basically seeing this, like the fact that her water poured,
yeah,
I was not like open to seeing like
The
the
well of
well of
water
water that
in
was
front
basically
of us.
in front of us. So it's just basically seeing what like you said, is stopping you from getting there and seeing how you can actually get basically.
Yeah,
So is that's just basically it. And then I mean, even the Bible gives us scenarios of how life should be played out, how life should play out. It's not
yeah,
just about the writings and the stories. That it's the values that the core principles of life that basically present in the Bible, that we can basically use to live our lives. You know, as it is. Implement what happened in the Bible, the strategies that basically happen, and the things that we can learn from it, and how we can implement it in our daily lives. Do you understand? So yeah,
yeah.
that's basically what it is. Then my seventh
Seventh
rule
room.
is that like loyalty, like loyalty. Um, loyalty is one like important skill that people don't have. A lot of people have. People tend to be loyal to the wrong persons. That one is a different story.
Yeah,
That's going to be one of the rules that I'll talk about. But loyalty is a very important tool in life. You have to be loyal. Like there's this feeling when somebody knows that you always have their back.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
that feeling is so great. Like you know that you are in your direst time, right? But you know that there's someone that always has your back. Like that gives you hope.
yeah. It gives you hope.
Do you understand? That is a like that. That's like very. If you feel when you know that there's this kind of feeling that you feel when you know. That's why I normally give like how do I put this. Whenever I hear someone commit suicide or something like that, that matter is very stupid reason. Like there's no need of there's no why you should commit suicide. I mean loyalty. When you know that there's someone that's still out there that still loves you, like that
Yeah,
changes the whole mindset of everything. That changes the whole situation.
yeah,
That changes the whole situation. Now you're no more thinking of how enough that person is. You're now thinking of how like that person is your like saving grace.
mm-hmm.
Do you understand? So that's just basically it. And you can only get that feeling when someone is loyal to you. So please, like, always try to be loyal to somebody.
Yeah,
Like, always try to have someone that you're loyal to. Always try to inculcate loyalty in your living. Like I said, build that family, build that trust, build those people around you, and stay loyal to them.
yeah,
And you
yeah,
cannot be corner. Yes, there's some games where you have to be corner. You have to play your will. Like, just like basically playing politics. But at the end of the day, try to be fair and try to be loyal. Just be loyal. Try to be loyal.
yeah. Okay. Mine is invest in your skill set, not your lifestyle. Don't get me wrong. I love lifestyle. I love the good dressing. Before we started recording, I was on
I'm
Instagram looking at
mesmerizing
photos.
about one dress. I was
Yeah.
asking who was that dress. You're not telling me.
I love lifestyle. I love good cars. I love good houses. I love luxury.
Yeah.
But when you've not started any, you see, lifestyle is the result of sacrifice and hard work in your earlier lives. You don't start off with lifestyle.
Mm.
You end off with lifestyle. You see some people, they don't have any assets. They don't have any investment. They don't have any business model. They are not investing in any brand. They are not partnering with anything. They are just buying clothes worth tens of thousands of naira. And if that shit was put into Apple or Netflix or Snapchat or Meta or any shitty thing, but it will be compounded. Like, or even if you use the money to learn how to, make more money or learn this skill or learn that skill, when you're between the ages of 15 to 22, between these ages now, and let's say you're not under the category of people that started when they were 16, 17, and 22, they're making it, like you're
Yeah.
you're you're about to start
Yeah.
chasing that bag. You're about to start. Where the fuck are you in? Why the fuck are you buying? I'm not saying you should not buy, but like, there are more things that money can do for you at that moment. You need to, like we said in that one marathon, you need to learn to delay gratification. You need to learn to delay gratification. I'll see some people posting themselves with close of what thousands of naira. In my mind, I'll just be like, wow, if they could just invest in a startup brand, or if they could, if
Just
they,
borrow clothes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
Just
It's
borrow
not. It's
clothes
not.
and
It's not a lifetime something.
like
It's not a lifetime something. Of course, if you get money, you're going to, when you're going for billionaire meetings, when you're going for millionaire meetings, when you're going to go and give speech at a fucking conference. Of course, you're going to look the part. You're going to have the clothes. You're going to have the money. But not when you don't have anything. You are looking flash, bro. Put the money inside the stock. Use the money to learn how to trade. Use the money to learn how to buy. Like, just invest in your skill set and not your lifestyle.
mm, Rule number
9.
9, right?
Yeah.
Patience.
Okay.
Patience, like you said, patience. It can come in a really lot of ways, but you just want to use just patience. Now, patience. What I mean by patience, when I'm saying this, is that in life, yeah, there are just certain things that would come, right? There are certain hurdles that would come.
Yeah.
There are certain opportunities that would come. But not every opportunity that comes is the right opportunity,
Okay.
right? I
Yeah.
remember when there was an opportunity for me to learn coding, right? I was in a
Yeah.
coding school. I was learning Scratch from Scratch, went Scratch 2, went Scratch 3, then from Scratch 3 went to Python. And I was like, this is not for me. It's an opportunity for me to learn coding. I mean, coding is like one of the most sought out jobs out there. I mean, like, if any job is to remain in the world 30 years from now, it's one
Yeah.
thing that
It's
robots can't
coding.
really take over. It's coding, right? Because you're
Yeah.
still going to code those robots. I said it's not for me,
Yeah.
right? Now, it's an opportunity for me to make more money.
Yeah.
But I saw trading as something else that was called
Resonated with you.
resonated with me. And like, this is my my passion. And like, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
This is the game I want to continue. But it doesn't mean that coding is a bad thing, right? But it wasn't for you.
It
So
wasn't
always
for
have patience. If I jumped into coding and I was like, yeah, this,
you. Yeah.
and I didn't accept my issue, I didn't assess my value, how well would I be consistent with this thing? Then it's just basically like me wasting my time. Do you understand? Now you might think that this podcast is just like we just jumped into it and like nothing. I will tell you that before I came to this school, I was I already assessed everything. I said I was going to start up,
Social media
social media, like contents, like creating
content. Yeah.
content. Do you understand? It was just what kind of content would I be creating? Would it be football content? I love football. I love listening to transfer news. It's something that I don't know. Mitchell just gets to find out that like, this guy is always obsessed, always on his phone on YouTube and really like listening to football content. That is
Yeah.
what I love, right?
Yeah.
I've always had that passion to create content. What content should be, I did not know, right? But I always knew that I would post on social media. So when the idea of Mitchell saying, "Come in, let's record a podcast, let's own a podcast, own a show," it was that yes, I want to do it. So it wasn't
Yeah.
a rush or
Wasn't
harsh
a rush.
decision.
Yeah.
It was something that I already assessed before, and I'm sure you also like thought
Yeah.
about
No.
it before now.
No. Actually, I find this very ironical because actually I never wanted to start content. Like,
Yeah,
you're the one that wanted to start the content, and I'm the one that brought the idea to you. But like, I find it very, very ironical because we started the content 20 something of March.
yeah.
If you told me like on the 16th or 17th of March that I'm going to start doing this thing, I wouldn't in any way have believed you. If you told me before I entered school,
Yeah,
so it's one thing like I've heard you say this thing a lot that you always wanted to start content,
I always want
and
to
then I
start
wonder
content.
like Shabo, actually I just find the thing very, very
So it was just a question of what kind of content will it be. But then
yeah,
I was patient enough to to assess my issues. Imagine if I started creating football content, I wouldn't have like be
yeah,
consistent, right?
yeah,
But I wanted to start and I was assessing my this thing. I was like, okay, assess. What is it that I continue to talk about? What is it that I
yeah.
want to talk about?
And like it was kind of like a perfect alignment, like
Yeah,
basically help each other to be
yeah,
consistent. Yeah,
exactly.
that
So
kind of thing.
that was it. And then patience helped us, get to where we are today, and we just keep on moving.
Yeah,
Like, okay, now for example, let's also use the podcast for example. The podcast is still a growing channel, right?
yeah, it's still going. So.
But then, if we wanted to, there was a chance where we had,
Yeah,
to
to
like
get one of the big
to get one of the
faces
big faces in
on
Unique, right,
Munich, yeah,
on the show. But we was thinking of. I just said to myself, like, if we did this, we would have like this. Would just basically be going against what we basically talk about. Yeah, that is,
yeah, which is step by step
yeah,
growth. Yeah,
yeah,
it would have
exactly.
just spiked us up,
Spiked us up and then we
just
just
for us to
fall
fall the
back.
folk down. Yeah,
Exactly. So that was just basically what it is. And I was like, okay, no, let's just wait. And it was like we waited. And the next
and then
minute,
the perfect,
we had the like. So
yeah,
that's basically what it is. Patience is just basically like a virtue that everybody needs to have.
yeah,
You have an idea, yes, but don't mistake patience for the long game. Like, don't mistake, how do I put it? You have an idea, and we always encourage you to start if
yes,
that idea is very
yes,
good. But then, before you start, you have to be patient.
yes. You
Don't
need to
rush it.
analyze.
Yes,
Yes, you need
analyze
to
and
analyze.
access everything. That access your possibilities. Access,
Yeah,
you know, look for the like. In trading, we call it sharp entry.
yeah,
Look for the best way to
to
enter the
enter.
market. Enter that
Yeah,
certain thing that you have. Enter that, you know, go for that. Start that idea, like that idea. Make it a fruition. Start to push for it.
Yeah.
You just have to. Might not be the perfect, but then that there's a moment where it's just be that everything is aligning, so
Okay.
you get into it. But then you might have gotten the idea 2-3 years before. But is that 2-3 years before that you got the idea? It doesn't necessarily mean that that's when you're going to start.
Yeah.
Going the idea. There's going to be that time when you get into the market. Like, let me give you an example of an investor that everybody knows. Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
Right? When I was getting to know who Warren Buffett is, and I understood that he was someone that did not follow the trend of investing in tech in the early 2000s. Warren Buffett was, already before 2000s, he was already termed as this, one of the best investors the world has ever seen.
Yeah.
Before the 2000s, but the early 2000s, we started having the tech geniuses coming into fruition. Like the tech industry was growing massively,
Yeah.
right? Warren Buffett did not invest. He did not put his money in it. He was still, putting his money. His money was still, Altwell, what's the name, and then Coca-Cola and the rest. He had the other investments, and then he was happy. People were like, "What is Warren Buffett doing? What does he know that we are doing?" People were basically like, now starting to that, does Warren Buffett know what he's doing? Why hasn't he invested in any tech? This thing. I thought he was this investor, blah 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 blah. But Warren Buffett saw that the tech industry is having this massive massive spiral to the upside.
Yeah.
And there's something called a bubble. A technology called a bubble. A bubble is just like a trend, a continuous trend towards a specific direction, whether or not it's the upside or downside. Waiting, and it's not like waiting for it to pop. I was like, so whenever we're just basically waiting for it to pop and retest. Like now, in the early depression, like the Great Depression, in 1929, there was this upside in the stock. Stocks were just going up. People just investing in stock, whether or not it was a scam or not. So people were just investing and putting their money in stocks. You had poor persons like basically rich, like everybody was getting rich. Stocks were just going up and up.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that. Nobody felt like it could go down, and eventually, like the market was hit with downside. People started hyperventilating and selling. So a lot of people were selling at the same time, which was basically crashing the market, and the market could not be revived in a long period of time, like for about 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So that was what basically happened with the tech industry around that 2008 or 2009, where we had that mortgage, that's problem, and then around that time the tech industry also like had the bubble. The bubble basically burst. Now, Warren Buffett now basically entered the market and saw an opportunity in the market. So imagine if Warren Buffett had invested earlier, he would have lost a lot of money because of the bubble busting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this was in industry that today is still very much on the upside, right? The tech industry.
Yeah.
But then because of the idea came about, and then you saw that it was a good investment to make early enough. You did not access the possibilities, the likelihood where to enter. You didn't do those assessments. You just felt like, yeah, this is the next thing, let us invest. It's going to be a time where you need to. There's obviously going to be a time where you need to enter, right? So you have to first assess your place and be patient. That's basically what it is.
Okay. Rule of thumb number 10: dream big. I know I've basically been iterating the same thing over and over in this podcast, but like,
Dream big.
yeah, you have to dream big. I mean, there's this thing I keep saying. I posted it on my status one time. I said, what is the point of being alive? Like, what is the point of existing if you're not going to set a goal that is so big, that is bigger than you, that is bigger than where you are, bigger than your current environment? What is the point of being alive if you're not going to set massive goals and do everything in your power to reach it? Honestly, I think that is the reason why we are alive. Everybody can define their own reasons why they're alive, but like for me, that is the reason why we're alive. And even though you don't hit those big goals, at least you get to leave the world knowing that, okay, I set this thing and I was true to myself and I tried. I'm not trying in the eyes of people. Not like you're not getting your validation from I'm trying by people saying, yeah, you're actually trying. You're getting the validation by you looking within yourself and know that yes, I am actually giving this thing my all. And that is, I think that is the best way to live the world. So you have to dream big. I don't know why, like, I still don't understand like why you shouldn't dream big. Like, I can give you 1,000 reasons why you should, but like I can't even give you one why you shouldn't. They say everything that has advantages has disadvantages. I can't give you a disadvantage of dreaming big. There's no disadvantage. Highest you say people will mock you, people will do this, people will do that. But those things are not disadvantages. It's just reality. It's just reality like on shipping. She grab because your whole life reality has been taking this particular direction, telling you that these are your friends and these are not your friends, and these are the things you like and these are not the things you like, and this is your limit. But when you start dreaming big, you begin to bend reality. That is the only thing I'll call a disadvantage. It is not even fully a disadvantage. Real friends begin to show up. Fake friends exit. Your limitations begin to break. Your mindset begin to expand. So you have to dream big. There is no disadvantage in dreaming big. That is rule of thumb number 10.
And like, talking about the dreaming big, I'm going to just use this number, number 10 to give my own, from
Yeah.
having a big, dreaming big, having a goal,
Yeah.
working towards that, you have to have certain objectives. Whether or not it's within a specific, within a specific time period,
Yeah.
having a specific objective. And like, the truth is, when you are working towards a goal, working towards a direction,
Yeah.
there's a step you have to take, right?
Yeah.
So that is the objectives. Play this part. Those steps you are going to take in
The objective. Yeah.
and then that goal is the direction you are moving towards. So the objective obviously has to be in line with the goal, right? But then the objectives are also very much important. And that's the way people should also compete. If you are just dreaming of getting a Lamborghini,
Yeah.
what are the certain objectives that you need to check this for in line with getting a Lamborghini? You need to have money. Yes.
Yeah.
You need to have a club that will sales cars. Then you start checking up the objectives.
Yeah.
This is one of acquired knowledge that is those kind of things, right? And I've done this sort of objective, and you need to checkmate objectives for you acquire that goal.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like recently, working towards
Yeah. Having sub goals, having time frame, having all these things, having values that you're going to go by while chasing the goal.
those are the objectives for you to have.
Yeah.
And objectives, helps deliver.
Yeah.
It helps deliver the reality that you really just about. Objectives help deliver the reality basically, right? So when you have objectives that you want to do, like it's aligning with what the goals you have,
Yeah.
just that's tend to achieve that right.
Okay.
What's
Okay.
our objective?
Okay. Well, my next one is going to be what is my head just now? Define your own things. Like don't play society's game in business, in education, in whatever field you're like you're going into. So grab. You have to you have to work with your own rules. You understand? Don't play a game that is already existing with. You have to create another game. Then people have to tag along. But if you know you're going to play someone else's game, you have to be the best at it. You can't even be the best at it because you're playing someone else's game. So you need to define your own game, and then it will start with something as little as defining your values. So you grab what I will never do, what I will always do. It doesn't matter what society told you to do or to not do, or to want to do or to not want to do. You define your own. This is what I will always do. These are the values I live by. So you grab like the values are non-compromisable. It cannot be compromised. You must live by those values. So you grab that is rule of thumb number 12.
Um, my next one is trust. Trust is, ironically, I talked about loyalty. I talked about being loyal.
Yeah.
You know, trust is very, very ironic. It's supposed to be ironical, like content very. I would say that it's very ironical
Yeah.
because it's not in line with what I said before. But then, if you can make it work, it's acceptable. Don't trust anybody. Don't trust anybody for this. Don't even trust yourself for this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The only person that you can trust is God. Like the only person you can give full trust is God. You don't trust yourself. Because you tell me today that I was like I think you should be as more stress of the life. Even if you try to like even if you discipline yourself to not doing that, there won't be stress of it. Right? Because the mind is like the mind plays a trick on you when you fixate your mind on something and you continue to buy this thing.
Yeah.
Again, you not also that what are the disadvantages of buying that is this. So that is you don't have to do it. So when you're not always doing that thing that you need to do, right?
Yeah.
You start to go in more curiosity for telling what get at advantage. Like now, in the Garden of Eden, there's a reason why God did not allow Adam and Eve to know why they should not eat,
Yeah.
which made them go in more curiosity on why they should eat.
Actually, the food. Yeah.
As you need to tell them about food,
They won't mind. They
they
might
won't
not.
even
Yeah.
change their mind. They just always need one to hear stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that thing that goes back saying man is just naturally rebellious?
yes, right?
Yeah.
So you can't fully put your trust in anybody, including yourself. Because you might think that you trust this person so heartily, but then that person will hook you up at the end of
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah.
Because it's just basically like his life that plays his part. So you can't really trust anybody. Expect what our brother. Just expect it. Expect that nobody should trust you. It's even if you can call your family, not only you call your friends. And they should understand that you should also trust you. Right? Once you have that thing cleared out,
Yeah.
it becomes easier to meet more people and it
Yeah.
becomes more free. It becomes like you know, you start to take step actions that people will understand, like they don't understand you. For example, now imagine if in a relationship when the girlfriend is not telling you, you just not talk, and what you now are doing things now, and what is it called? Trying to know if my girlfriend is cheating on me or stuff like that becomes odd,
Yeah.
and that leads to what that relationship end. Because that's it, that control. But once you understand that, I don't really trust this girl, she doesn't really trust me. I'll never understand that. You now taking certain measures not to allow your girlfriend like to basically know that your girlfriend is actually on your nose. She becomes like she understands.
Yeah.
So breaking that doesn't give you like a reason to break up like you understand?
Yeah.
Because it was from the start that you guys believe that I can't trust that person. So we now always wanted to know if you're not cheating or not. It becomes like normal, becomes like
Yeah.
normal
Yeah.
thing.
You understand.
Like she understand because originally she didn't really trust me as much and she doesn't really trust me as much. So I now put certain like we now basically implemented certain things, certain like what I say rules,
Yeah.
certain ways not to get to find them or whether or not she's still on me or she doing the same thing. And because I understand, right, because it has been cleared out. But like I said, if you say that I trust you and you trust me, there is a higher chance you know, everything goes south or things go south.
Yeah. It will.
Yeah, people go south. You understand? So stop trusting anybody to make decisions.
Yeah. Leave room for betrayal.
Like yes, you go for expecting that things will go south.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's very okay. Rule of thumb number 14. Be more selfish than selfless. 60% selfish, 40% selfless. Did you know that the word selflessness came out from the word selfishness? Like, for you to be selfless, you have to first of all be selfish. Because selflessness is basically helping other people. So you grab, whether it is helping someone to carry something or helping someone with an advice, or being selfish entails you now because you cannot help somebody physically, emotionally, or mentally when like you don't have it. So you're first going to have to be selfish. That is, you're first going to have to think about yourself before you can think about other people. Society demonize the word selfishness, but being selfish to a certain extent. Yes, it's bad, but like selfishness is not bad. So you understand? Like they never give us like the quantity, like just told us that the word being selfish. You have to be 60% selfish and 40% selfless. Selflessness came from selfishness because for you to help other people by being selfless, you first of all have to be selfish. So selflessness is just like the child of selfishness. So you first of all you have to be selfish.
So it does basically take you back to what one guy you could also said. One player like yes, it was what also said that it just basically that it's
Yes, yes.
makes us understand that they also believe in God because
Yes, you cannot not believe what you don't believe.
like he cannot not he says that like how it was is that for for you to not believe that something exists,
Means that you believe it
you
exists.
believe that you believe that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like so that is basically what it is, right?
Yeah,
So like before you start thinking about like say about self-business, you have to think yourself.
selfish. Yeah,
So that is basically like yeah, it's a very good point. Now I think number two,
yeah. Number 15.
so I don't think it's not like I think everybody is 100%. So I'm not really, like it's not like anybody in this world, it's a Muslim, Christian, you just have to be connected to God, right?
Yeah,
Connected to God. And like every single thing that you do, right? There's nothing that you're going to do that you're going to see in life
yeah,
that isn't dependent. I'm not a scholar of the Bible, I'm not a pastor or a evangelist. I know so invested in the Bible as much as what I do believe is every single thing that happens in that Bible is just what plays out in the world. I just know a few things in the Bible. And a few things that I know in the Bible, just basically what plays out in the world,
yeah.
right? And then people tend to they read the Bible and they succeed, yes. But they don't know that what they do is the Bible. So why not just read that?
Yeah,
Why not just be invested in God? Why not just live your life knowing
yeah,
God that the Bible is one to live by?
yeah. And you don't need to take it to speaking in tongues and
No,
shouting
no,
type
no,
of
because
level.
that is never like that is not even needed.
Yeah,
Speaking don't is not needed to be a Christian or being
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not needed. I don't think God brought us to this world to love him and save him and also speak to us. He never said that. The reason why the human beings know or
Love
those
him,
content is to love him, save him,
serve him.
and
Yeah,
basically I'm busy. So eventually doing speaking in tongues is just out of it. Like, it's totally out of it. The main obligation of the Christian is to believe in Jesus Christ, right?
yeah.
A Jew is to live by the word of Allah. And then a Muslim is to live by the word of
It was
Allah, and
about
Muslims to
yeah,
live by the word of the Torah. So if those are the obligations of any religious member,
yeah, yeah. Have
why
a good.
do we now have as Christians now telling ourselves that we now have to go ahead and speak with God? Muslims don't speak with God.
Yeah,
Jews don't speak with God. But we think that because we are higher than these people, we can just start proof that is not possible. We're not even a angelic being. What is that speaking to? The human being for goodness sake, and the reason why God gave you the language of human, the reason why God gave you English and you know what is it?
yeah.
The
Other
reason why God
language.
made you human.
Yeah, yeah,
Do
yeah,
you understand? So I
yeah.
don't think those people speak in tongues. Yes, you are fine. Indeed. But he did not pick you to speak in tongues. He did not put those fire on you. There's a reason why this is so strong. And if you go and check the Bible, there's like a valuable moral lesson to learn from it.
Yeah,
Right? So it's not the idea of speaking in tongues is not just we need to just speak in tongues. Like I said, the idea of the Bible is not just learn the Bible and start doing what the Bible said. It's just basically using the Bible to live your life.
yeah.
In the right way, not living your life according to what people did in life, but according to the moral lessons that you can learn
The Bible.
from
Yeah,
the Bible.
yeah,
So it's like that's basically what you live your life according to God. You really just be close to God. Because like I said, God is nature and God is just life. Like God is life. God
hmm
is God is telling you, God is telling you. Just basically what life is after. But basically what life is telling you. So
Okay, this is number 16. Well, my own rule is this: have a plan B. You understand? Have a plan B. And no, my own is just basically have a plan B. Like you know that thing I was telling you about ZTE Vision 2030 gets 100K monthly subscribers. That is plan A. If I don't get it now, my plan B is always looking for more ways to make plan A to work. That is my plan B. You understand? Like it's now like it's not me changing or diverting, or it's just if I fail to hit that goal, my plan is to stop and analyze why I did not hit that goal and then go and hit the goal. That is what I mean by having a plan B. I like always keep your mind open to that fact that you can fail. And then if you know fully well that you're going to sit and you're going to analyze and you're going to plan and you're going to go back at it, it's to give you more hope. So yeah, always have a plan B, and your plan B should be everything that made you not to get plan A. So you just go back and get plan A.
I mean, that like is what we always see on this strategy, how it's strategy,
Yeah.
how it's strategy, and like having a plan B is very good. And the idea of being a plan B being something that will be able to let's help you achieve that plan B. It's not it's very good that you don't just feel like the emotion to prepare you back to achieve it.
Yeah.
So having a strategy is one thing that I believe in. I don't listen, I don't I don't think about the weather issue. I'm not talking about chess, I'm not talking about things that play chess. So it's just that having a strategy, having the specific way of doing things,
Yeah.
having a really good thing is like it's very good. It's a thing that I know
Yeah.
it's a game I learned from maybe anything I have to do with having strategy, having like most of it, having it's what I know when using chess. Um,
Yeah.
Having a tactics, having a plan, having a strategy. I like it.
Yeah.
What is going to happen at 16 or like having a plan, having a strategy, having a vision, having this, and it has to be what I know about I don't I don't use sports.
Yeah.
Tactics. The coach, like the coaching tactics. And tactics is not just tactics, right? Like it's just you need the right players. You need to know the kind of players you need because it's right.
Yeah.
It's not just the tactics that work for any set of players. No, you need to know the right players for every single tactics.
Okay.
And that's like the way I see the strategy. Like you need to know who you are with a specific strategy. What you know to do strategy that will help you. You're right. That's basically what I do. Having the right strategy and knowing how that strategy
Yeah.
will
Okay.
even trying to be ahead of you. Right? When you have a strategy, knowing that you see know, you're not going to even try to be ahead of you. When you're looking for example, for strategy, I'm in business, set it up, you need money, this is it.
Three
And
things.
then if you look at the into specifically that you are ahead of the
Yeah.
that is like the way strategy works.
Yeah.
You saw it off city and people told him to left for you and he was always trying to be ahead of the captain. So that's basically how a strategy is. Know how it's you, know how you can be, and then when you're information strategy, always try to be ahead of people. To strategize in every single thing. Try to have a strategy, try to have a pattern that you're going to implement. And that pattern should be something that resonates with you, something that you should try to do.
Yeah.
So that you yourself will find it that you always try to fulfill the cause.
Yeah. Okay. That's very nice. Have a strategy. Yeah, actually. And the thing about strategies is that in as much as it might sound smooth, like you said, make your first company, sell it up. Like you see that there are a lot of potholes, there are a lot of risks, there are a lot of that. That is just what a good strategy looks like. Understand? A good strategy, what I think a good strategy is not a perfect strategy. A good strategy is a strategy with the highest amount of risk. Like in as much as you just said it, like he made PayPal, we sold it and invested in uh Tesla X and SpaceX. It sounds good in the air, but like if you know what the guy actually went through, if you know the risks he actually took to diversify all that he had, and after he did that thing, I think he borrowed the money. He had $200 million. He sold paper for $200 million just to invest it in those three companies and then borrow money to rent a house. Yeah, so that is what a good strategy looks like. So yeah, thank you. Okay, rule of thumb number 18. Now this one is going to be very simple, and it's respect. You understand? It's respect. No matter no matter how much money you have, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, respect people above you. Respect people above. Don't disrespect anybody because you have money. That is the stupidest reason to disrespect people. Have emotional intelligence. No matter how rich you are, whether you pull up in a Lambo and the person older than you pulled up in a Camry or whatever, respect the person. Understand? Respect is going to take you a long way. There's something that one guy said that I love. His name is Dan Mateo. He said, have values money cannot buy. Money cannot buy respect. Imagine after having so much money, you still have respect. Imagine having money and having what money cannot buy. That is what I just translated it into. He didn't say you should not have money. He said have values money cannot buy. And in my mind, I was not like, what if you have money and then still have values money cannot buy? Like you said, loyalty, trust, respect, all these things. You're going to have a lot of money, and then you're also going to have values money cannot buy. You're basically like complete. You're basically just complete. But you see some people, they don't have money and still they don't have values money cannot buy. They don't respect people. They are broke. They are not loyal to their friends. They are broke. Then what the fuck do you have to offer? So you understand? So yeah, that's my own rule of thumb.
Respect, I mean, very important virtue that everybody needs to have.
Yeah,
Because you need to respect that family.
yeah.
For you to be able to live, you need to respect it. And it's very important. So yeah, definitely respect that. My next,
Rule of thumb.
rule of thumb is
Yeah,
numerous in your relation with your wife. You have virtue, you have relationship with that. It's going to be very hard to say what
treatment.
family someone is doing. Okay, I'll tell you that even in life, when you live a life and you don't need to be looking back on your shoulders,
Yeah,
like you don't need to be always doing
tensed up,
things
carrying bodyguard, all these things.
what you do to your mom, you should be able to do to someone else. When you do to your wife, you should be able to do to someone else. You can't beat someone else's dad and not be able to do to your dad. You can't beat your dad and not be able to do to your dad.
Yeah,
Right? Because it's not about truth in life. If I respect you as a person, I should also be able to respect the other person that is
yeah,
outside of you as a person.
yeah.
Because what else are you doing?
Yes, exactly.
Whatever is my mom or my dad, if she's wrong, I tell it to her she's wrong. Right? She's my mom, yes, she did it to me, she loved me for 9 years. Just know that when she's wrong, I won't tell her she's wrong.
Yeah,
When she's right, I won't bring her for being right. It's not easy as it sounds. Like I said, it's not easy to be equal treatment because you're going to obviously have to get out of preference and your priority in life. Then equal difference is it distincts it differentiates you from people. Like I don't know that looking for a long term for example. This is someone that has had multiple wives, like multiple girlfriends and wives.
yeah, yeah,
Well, nobody's coming out and calling you that, or I call you that and say, yo, like you fuck how many guys? I mean, are you not basically?
yeah,
Because what he did to them, he did it equal and fair treatment.
yeah.
He made sure that things were compensated.
Well taken care of.
He made sure they were taken care of. He made sure that none of them got a preferential treatment. Like the other. She understand that they are because of him. He made sure that everybody was treated right. And he's chapped. this child, went astray.
Yeah.
Became the gender. I want to leave you. She's so child. Don't just mean that even if someone that has no child, he will not say, right? He will not accept that kind of decision. So that is life you need to always be fair and show everything. When all this business wise, that value of the thing comes if you have know your value, know your worth, you always be doing fair. You always be fair. You always be true to yourself.
Yeah.
You have integrity.
Yeah.
And then you choose yourself. And then you don't need to lie, to obscure news or you don't need to lie to please your customers. Just like you know your value, I have made it. So
Mm-hmm.
this is not business book.
Yeah.
Business is just like another new customer, right? So if you want to keep your customers, you're free yourself. If you want to not keep your customers, you're free yourself. The only person that you can stay true to is yourself.
Yeah.
You can't keep everybody. You can't expect that. Like I said, you can't trust everybody. You can't expect that if you keep on increasing your price for your customers, they won't give you money.
Yeah. It's actually a stupid move.
Exactly. So you just have to keep to yourself. You just have to keep on telling yourself the truth. Because I'm meeting like I was in one meeting where we were talking about the time where you need to reduce the price for your customers, not to you have good relationship with God. I said it's a lie. You just
Mm.
keep on pursuing your business. If you know the prices are supposed to be at specific level, put it at that level.
Yeah. Yeah. Myron Golden called it love. He said that if you truly love someone, I think that thing is lack of belief in your product. If you believe your product can actually help someone, then you know that the disadvantages that the person will get from not using your product is worth more than the 10,000 naira or the 12,000 naira. So you grab, like, you really believe that your product can help someone, you will not reduce the price. It's not because you are selfish or you're stingy, because you know that this thing will help you, one, and like you truly want to help the person. Like, I think this reducing of the price thing, except from when it is a discount or a promo something, I think it's because you don't believe in your product. I think it's you just want to, you just want to do something and yeah, yeah,
It's just basically what I think. If you know what to do, know your voice, you know your value.
yeah, actually,
You want to do this for anybody. Like that kind of shark tank that came. I did the same instance of shark tank.
yeah,
He came pitching the rest of it was escape for years. I don't know about them accounts. I don't know the amount of money he saved for. But that was the value of his company. That was the value of the stake of what the sharks. And then the sharks were going lesser than what he was asking. Because he believed in the value of what he thought the business to offer. He saw the upside in the business.
yeah,
So that's why he did not let that happen. It's no deal with anybody. But the least he was, he saw the word. And he left it. Right? And basically became a billionaire.
yeah,
He became a billionaire. Kept to his word, kept to his trust, kept to his value, kept to his principles. He kept to believing in his word. And that was what upskilled him. He didn't have to lie for anybody. He didn't have to settle for less. Do you understand? So you always live your life trying to please everybody and please others. No, you displease yourself and you find yourself one. You find yourself in a situation where you never actually thought of. You start to feel like, bro, why? But you start to like have regret. Okay, for example, I help you,
yeah,
expecting you to help me back.
yeah,
How does that make sense?
yeah. You're going to now, start. You're going to always be on the edge. Oh, he not help me. Or,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So like, why would you want to be? Like I said, why would you want to be always living? Test. I wouldn't want to
yeah,
test.
yeah. Just be free.
Just be free, like be fair. If you know you can't help, you don't help. If you know you can help, you help him.
Yeah,
Right? And it's just that's just life. If anybody hates you for not helping them, you don't tell you don't. But
yeah,
next time, do things don't expect that person will do that to you. Just do
yeah,
things because you know you can do it. You are here to show value, show fairness, show equity to any person, whether it's your mom, to dad. It's going to be hard. It's one of the hardest things to ever do. One of the hardest things. Saying that one of the hardest things to show fairness to everybody. If you know your friend is in the world, tell him that you are in the world. Tell him your friend is in the right. Tell him you are in the right. And if you know you are in the wrong, try your best. It's going to be hard. Try not to always put the truth. Yes, try not to always put the truth. I'm in the wrong. Just, just if you know that you know yourself, then just our
Yes,
eyes
that's the
see,
truth.
our
Yeah.
eyes see the scenario. I'm being told of that. Yes, I'm in the wrong.
Yeah.
I'm told this. Something that you need to know. Everybody needs to learn. I do things not because I want it to be bad to me. I want people to know that. But I do things calculating the fact that okay, if I'm doing this because I can do it, can I do it? I'm not going to be person really okay. Let me love the person. It's not that I want the person to grow to love you and save you and
Yeah.
work for you. No. Do it because you know that the person needs it.
Yeah.
That's just basic positive. You know that the person needs it. So just basically do it. If you can't do it, then don't do it. Don't force yourself to want people to know you
Yeah.
or want people to meet you. So I don't force yourself. Because reality will dawn on you. And when it dawns on you, you go and commit this.
That last part was dramatic. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I really get what you said there. I really get, yeah. And to be honest, I think I didn't fall under the category of fairness and equity. Like hearing your own definition of what it is, I think I don't fall under category, and it's something I'm, going to work on. So yeah, thank you so much. Well, this is my last rule of thumb. It's going to be very, very, simple. I think it's going to be something dramatic and it's be authentic. Just be yourself. Like be yourself. Guy, do you know, guy, fuck. Like you just have to be yourself, guy. Don't shrink yourself to make other people feel comfortable. Don't shrink yourself to make other people like you. Don't overexpand to make other people like you. Don't overexpand. Just be your fucking. Look at if you notice one thing about all the ideas I have and all the ideas you have, they are beautiful ideas. They are in no way like they are not in no way like meeting each other like market minds and ZTA now. They are not in no way like it comes from being authentic. Like you can have $1 billion idea just by being yourself. Like, are you seeing what I'm talking about? Like, you can actually have $1 billion idea. Like, you only get $1 billion ideas. You only get $1 million. You only become multi-million by being yourself. Like, if you understand the true treasure in you, that you don't need to fake, you don't need to do anything. Like, I mean, just like typical example, the kind of ideas I have and the kind of ideas you have, they are in no way like related in terms of niche or what we're doing. But you see that in the future, this thing have potentials of becoming $1 billion industries because of we were just being ourselves. I took like myself is just self improvement. Like I just basically love self improvement. Check everything I'm doing now. Everything, my WhatsApp channel, my brand, everything is about self improvement. Finding new ways to just if you can be yourself, if you can actually be yourself, bro. Okay, the other day that I told you one of my friend came Valentine. He was telling me something about an idea he got. I'm not going to say it. Sha. He told me not to tell anybody. He told me something about an idea he got, and this idea came from like his unique self, a problem he faced, and this idea is $1 billion idea. It's very beautiful. So you have to be yourself. Don't shrink yourself to make anybody comfortable. Don't overexpand to make people like you. People don't need to like you. Why do you need people to like you? If somebody don't like you for who you are, then so be it. It's actually one of the hardest things to do because it is also one of the things that guarantees success. Everything that guarantees success is hard. Number one is being authentic, being yourself. It guarantees success. That is why it is very hard. It is very, very easy to fake what you're not. That is why hypocrites are not rich. Hypocrites are always poor. So if you learn to be authentic, like there's this thing I said one day on this podcast, and it was I don't know how people used to do that thing that they'll be like, if you don't like me, I don't care. Like let's say two of us are friends all of a sudden, and all of a sudden you're like, you don't like me, bro. I'm going to fucking care, guy. Like it's pay me, but like the mindset is now, will it stop me from achieving what I want to achieve? No, just keep going. Like like when you learn, like you can actually move with pain. You don't need to like sit with pain. Pain doesn't need to hold you back. You can move with the pain. Like one of my friend, like he's not my friend, but he's just a guy that deep down I see my had respect for, and because I didn't cut him in line, it was hard for me actually. But like I didn't cut him in line one day, and the guy now started giving up this vibe. If he sees me, it pained me, but I asked myself, is this thing going to stop me? No, it won't. Just keep going. Chill. Is this thing about separating your mood, separating your emotions from the mission? Understand? You can actually painfully do the thing. You can tiredly work on your project. You don't need to attach both of them. So just in essence, what I'm trying to say is to be yourself, guy. If you be yourself, you're going to discover ideas that only you could discover. Like when I mean only you, I mean only you. It's very stupid to see somebody acting like another person, or you want to be this person, or you want to be that person. Why do you want to be that person? Like if you notice everybody I call like Emma Grede or Stephen Bartlett or Kevin O'Leary, these are the people that they inspire me. Like I don't want to be like them, but like there's something about them, yes, that is so unique that I want to now like I want more of myself to become like that, not them. Like I want to establish myself in my own unique way to be able to now be like them, not like be like them as in dress like them, talk like them, act like them, move like them. Like just be yourself, guy. Like this is my last rule. Like if you've not grabbed anything I've said, bro, grab being authentic, guy. Say what you like, say what you don't like. If people around you criticize you for liking something or not liking something, then so be it. That is life. But just be authentic. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You will not get it. Since first rule of thumb, like and subscribe. Yeah, man, and share too, guy. Like if this shit helped you, share, guy. All the fuck. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I can share and subscribe. Yeah, honestly, just to add one more thing to that consistency thing you talked about. If consistency sucks, if you don't like what you are consistently doing, then it means that it's not for you. Like everything that I'm consistently doing, like this show, working on ZTA, waking up, but I like them. If consistency sucks, check another thing. She grab. If consistency sucks, check another thing. I didn't get to find what I like by. Do you know how many things I've started and stopped? It was basically you know I don't want to like go enter in, but like let me just I'll be very quick. I used to say this thing a lot. I say it on my WhatsApp channel, I say it on my blog. I'm one of the people that like that didn't know where they were going when they were growing up. Like I was always surrounded with people that always knew what they wanted to be. And me, I didn't know. So you grab I see it as a weakness, but that thing was my biggest strength. So like as somebody that doesn't know what you want to be, you have to try everything out. That's why sometimes some people tell me you're doing too many things, you're doing. I don't know what I want to be, so how will I not know if I don't try everything out? I was doing video at this time I was learning video editing. I stopped. It's not my thing. There was time I was writing. Not like I don't like writing. I love writing, but like I also stopped. Like I just had to keep on trying things until then. I now found something that I like doing. And I can see myself 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now doing it easily, like easily. So if you don't like what you're doing, you can't like not know what your passion is and also not be open-minded. So you have to balance the two. If you don't know what your passion is, good and fine. Then start trying everything. Try everything. Don't allow anybody to tell you you're doing too much, blah blah blah. It's on you try and feel. You say this is not my thing, this is not my thing. You've selected everything. You're not like, okay, yes, this is now my thing. So yeah, if you don't like what you're doing now, it means that that is not your thing. Move to another one. So I think this is everything for this particular episode. This episode was actually very, very nice.
When you told me about this, going to the first of October, I was going to go for my head. I was like, so we're going to play this. Like,
Yeah, I was actually yeah, yeah,
this part. Like, when we go to the test, I was like, it's so.
yeah.
Like, you, 15.
Now
And
I
I
don't.
know I had something to say for this. I was like, how do I even have something to say for this?
Yeah.
I was confused. Well, and we did it. So, yeah.